Oh, what is up everyone, I am Demon Cringe, and you know how there are some really bad looking cartoons out there, whether it be because of budget constraints or because they were simply trying to freak us the hell out. There are some cartoons out there that are so bad looking that it really makes you wonder how the hell they got past episode 1. By the way everyone, before I roll the intro, I gotta warn you, if the animation does not kill you, the music sure as hell will. This, ladies and gentlemen, is King Arthur's Disasters. Yep, that's the intro folks, and we have only just begun, oh boy. So the show ran from 2005 to 2006 and was co-created by Paul Parks and Will Ashurst, and it had 2 seasons, and here's the kicker everyone, you ready for this? The episodes were 25 minutes long. Honestly people, how could anyone stand almost a half hour of this is beyond me, and apparently some people did, as this actually got nominated for a BAFTA award and Best Nomination. Like, are you kidding me? Best Animation? This! You nominate this for Best Animation. And what's even more hilarious that it actually lost that award to the Adrenalini brothers. Now, I gotta say, if you actually lose an animation award to something like this, you know you screwed the pooch. Back on topic, the show was about the legend of King Arthur that pretty much barely had anything to do with the legend of King Arthur. The show opens up with King Arthur riding his trusty steed to the tower of Princess Guinevere, whom he wants to marry. The princess tells King Arthur she wants something from him, and Arthur goes on a quest to go get it, but not before he seeks help from Merlin the wizard. There's also another character called Splag, who is apparently the only knight loyal to Arthur. You know, this cartoon really doesn't make him look like much of a king if he only has one loyal knight. You know, how the hell did that happen? So now let's dive into the characters, and of course we have a beautiful, colorful cast. First off, we got King Arthur, who is actually pretty stupid, which honestly isn't saying much since all of the characters are stupid. Remember folks, this is the whole random equals funny shtick. And as we all know folks, in random equals funny, all of the characters have to be stupid because that instantly just makes it funny, right everyone? Right? He is also madly in love with Princess Guinevere and will gladly risk life and limb to make her happy, even though she is obviously using him. And now we got Princess Guinevere, who basically does nothing but sit in her tower and sends Arthur to get her what she wants, even though she can, I don't know, marry Arthur and just get what she wants like that, because she would be queen, which ultimately makes her the stupidest character in the entire goddamn show. But I digress everyone, if they actually did that, they wouldn't have a super simplistic plotline to follow. In addition to that, she is also very manipulative, shallow, and really terrible with pets. My god Arthur, what an amazing girl, you got your sights on, you go get her boy. Now Merlin on the other hand is pretty much the only character who shares any sort of like resemblance to their legendary counterparts, in the sense that he is basically the wise wizard who tries to talk some sense into Arthur and warn him about dark forces at work. Even though there aren't even any dark forces in the show, they're just, you know, bad weather and wild animals. Gee Merlin, that is really some magical wisdom you got there. Then we got the character Splag, who, like I said, is the only knight loyal to King Arthur, and the thing about him is that he does not speak any English, which is totally just, it's not even funny, you know. I mean, like, come on. Like, we all know that knights in the Middle Ages, most of them didn't know how to read or write, but I'm sure as hell certain they knew how to speak. I mean, how the hell is that supposed to be funny again? You know, honestly, the whole shtick with, like, the Splag character basically reminds me of those really annoying sidekicks from those 80s cartoons. So now on the bad guy side, we have Sir Lancelot, who was Arthur's first knight at the Round Table, who seeks to betray him and usurp the throne, and Sir Martin, who is a samurai, yeah. A samurai in medieval Europe, huh. Okay, let's take a look. The wiki page says that Sir Martin is supposedly an homage to Akira Kurosawa, whose Seven Samurais movie presents a similarity with medieval knights. Okay, don't know, don't care, moving on. Now, the general overarching plot of the show is pretty much non-existent, as the show itself never really veered from its extremely basic formula. Now, don't get me wrong, everyone. I know that shows that follow a certain formula aren't bad and all, but the thing is, with most shows who use a formula as a base for the episode, they build their own stuff around it. But instead, King Arthur's Disasters basically just did the exact same thing over and over again. Now, the thing is, they did actually try to do something different. The show actually did try to do like some small subplots, like with the whole Lancelot betrayal thing, but honestly, nothing really developed beyond the characters just getting into simple one-off situations just for comic relief. Because who cares about nuances, am I right, everyone? I mean, those aren't even interesting. Like, why would you ever want anything different or original in your shows. Just follow a simple basic line, and you know, that's how you make your goddamn money. Basically what I'm trying to say is that subplots and character development in this show were basically just small afterthoughts, and it's pretty much the equivalent of a DeviantArt user posting a colored base and saying it's an original work. And ladies and gentlemen, don't even get me started on the show's poor attempt at humor. Oh my god, in one of the episodes they actually did a Super Mario reference, and this is how they did it.
Wow, wow. Don't worry, senor. He is only playing.
Yup, everyone, I'm not making this up. You know, they could have done something, you know, pretty funny and all that. They could have made him a mushroom salesman or something. But no, they take an Italian plumber and made him Spanish. Comedy gold, people! Oh my god, this is just... Oh, this definitely deserves to be nominated for an award. Oh my god, this is bellissimo. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that's not the worst part of it, okay? Like, they actually showed how stupid the writers were, because they actually named the episode. The episode with the Mario reference is called, and I shit you not, Donkey Kong King. Yes, everyone, I'm not kidding you again. They literally put a copyrighted name in their episode title. I mean, holy hell, everyone. Can you believe how stupid that was? That's like if I actually made a show for television and named one of the episodes Mickey Mouse Adventures. Tell me how quickly I'd get sued. You know, everyone, these people may not have won a Best Animation Award, but they sure as hell were lucky that Nintendo didn't catch wind of this. Another thing that this show is known for is having a pretty good cast of, you know, like actual talented comedians. Actually did some of the voice acting, you know, for the main characters. But here's the thing. Just because you have professional comedians voice acting for your comedy cartoon doesn't mean it's gonna be good, okay? It's not like these people can just come up with stuff on the fly. They aren't miracle workers or anything. I guess that no one really taught these showmakers the valuable lesson of it's not really easy being funny, you know? Just because someone is a professional comedian doesn't mean they could just come up with stuff on the fly, like every single goddamn moment, you know? You need to have good writing. In fact, it would have been so much better for them if they, instead of wasting so much money to hire all these professional comedians, that they actually hire some good writers. And in addition to the bad writing, there's also this little gem. You know, everyone, I honestly would keep my mouth shut if this was made as like a YouTube or Newgrounds cartoon, but the fact that this was greenlit for television just shows the level of standard during the mid-2000s, you know? And yes, that era did not just affect Cartoon Network, and honestly, now that I look back at it, it really does seem like Jetix was the only cartoon channel that actually prospered during that era. And honestly, the animation in this show basically looked like, I can't remember the name of it, but you know those black cutout, like, shadow puppet things? It really did not work out for them, I gotta say. When I take a look back at this, it really did not work. This is pretty much some of the cheapest, most low-effort thing I've ever seen. And that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Like, what else can I say about this show? The animation was trash, the jokes were absolutely terrible. Just because you have actual comedians voice acting, it doesn't mean that the show is automatically gonna be made funny. The plot was basically the same every single episode, and the show barely had anything to do with the legend of King Arthur. This show was really mediocre at some things and really bad at a lot of things, and one of those things is why King Arthur's Disasters is one of the ugliest cartoons ever. Well, everyone, that's all I have for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and press the little bell icon, and if you wish to support me in a different way, my Patreon link is in the description below, and as always, I'm Deviant Cringe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.
Good